It's a beautiful day today, and I'm here shooting my Win TFT riser with the expensive Fivis limbs. The Fivis NS limbs. Win make a whole bunch of different limbs. I lose track of the different models. And I'm sitting here shooting. It's an absolute glorious day, and I'm thinking, I wonder what's the difference between this riser and the new riser I just had come in from Fivics. Now you're first going to say, well, does it make any difference, the $1,000 riser, the TFT versus the Fivics riser? And most archers probably won't be able to go and grab one of them, but when you own an archery shop you can. And it's Sunday, so I thought, let's fit these limbs to the new Fivics riser and let's have a feel of the difference between both risers. Now the Fivics riser I think sells for around $600. This one's $1,100. The Fivics is a forged machine riser. It comes in some great colors. They're a flat color. We're going to put it on the green one. So let me put it together. Let's build it and let's see how this thing feels to shoot. This is the Vellator, Fivics Vellator riser. It's 1,100 grams in weight, so it's a little bit lighter than a normal riser, not much. Recurve risers tend to be around the same sort of weight. It's a forged machine riser, so it's similar to the Win forged riser, which is much cheaper, about $350. But I'd argue this is a better looking riser. Now what makes Fivics unique is the angle of this grip here. You can see it's quite a high grip, and it's putting a fair bit of pressure on this area here. It's really making you put that high grip in place. Now you're either going to like it or not like it. So yesterday when I was showing this to customers in the shop, a whole bunch of customers said this is a really pretty riser. In fact, one of my workers in the shop said he doesn't like the grip. Other workers in the shop said they like the grip. And this is the thing with archery gear, it's personal preference. What one person likes, another person may not like. I like it. The color is it's an anodized finish, and it's a dull finish. It's not shiny, it's not a shiny green. And I like this color, it looks nice. The other colors it comes in, black, red, blue. I think there's a pink, I think there's a gold, but hopefully I'll put the colors there. The limb bolts to me look nice, adjustable by loosening this here. So it's a locking nut, which is pretty standard on recurves, and then you wind it up or down. Now what's different with the Fivics, you've got these little marks there to tell you how much you wind it up and down, which I think is good. You can adjust the limbs left or right. Now on Fivics you've got a little notches on the side there to tell you how much you've adjusted it. I find that very good as well. So while this riser is more expensive than the SF or the WNS forged riser, I think it's actually a nice riser. Now I shot really well with the forged riser, so I'm going to be interested to see how I shoot with this. The grip is very different. This is a hard plastic. The WNS forged riser is like a soft plastic. You can kind of feel it, it's textured. I like the graphics on the riser. So I'm going to build this now. So I've already put I've just put a cheap, this is a toe point rest. They're about $5, maybe $10. I'm going to put a plunger button on it now, sights, stabilizers, and let's go and have a shot and see how this feels compared to the $1,100 Win TFT riser. One of the first things I'm going to make a comment about is international fitting limbs. International fitting limbs are meant to clip in and clip out. Some of them are quite tight and some of them are loose. So this is the TFT. It's quite firm. It's a very firm finish. So I'm going to be interested to see how these limbs clip into the Vellator Fivics limbs. Now the Vellator Fivics have their own quality limbs, but I thought to make this review similar and comparable, let's just compare like with like. Let's compare the Vellator riser to the TFT riser. So I'm going to fit my same setup, same stabilizers, same sight, same limbs, same string with the riser. I'm hoping the knocking point's going to be in the right spot. So let's see. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try and fit these limbs in. So let's see how tight the fitting is. That's so incredibly tight, I can't get it to fit. This is one of the things with international fitting limbs. Sometimes the concept of this review was simple. Let's fit all my stuff from the Win and Win straight to the Fivics and let's try it. And then you can't get the thing to fit. Do you hate that? I hate that. Especially being a shop owner, you hate when international fitting limbs, which are meant to fit on every riser and everything's meant to be the same, just will not fit. And I've got no idea why. And so I'm not sure what I do now. Do I go and get the Fivics limbs? Let me think about this. And let's see where this review goes. It's not going well so far. Okay, so I'm here at the shop. I've come in to see which limbs fit the Fivics. Now, the reason why the Win and Win limb wouldn't fit was the limb bolt in here. With the international fitting limb, there's a circle. I'll grab a limb. So the gap between there, this should all be standard. It should all be international fitting limbs. The gap between there should fit straight onto the post. Now with the Win and Win limb, that was too skinny for the Fivics post. The Fivics post was thicker, so it wouldn't fit in, so I wouldn't create the clip. Now before that, I'm going to show you the Fivics shirt because I get comments to say I don't dress for the product I'm reviewing. This is the Fivics shirt. Now that Fivics do two shirts, they do a blue shirt and this is the white one. Now, quick review on this while I'm doing it. The arms are too small, so it could be I've got big arms or what, but here they're too small, so maybe I've got the girl shirt on, I don't know. Now these are the Fivics arm things that go on the arms. Now I find these like, I don't know if it's compression or what, and once again, maybe I've got big arms compared to other people, but these are just super, super tight. Now the purpose of these is obviously to pull your clothes in so you don't get any contact with the string, but these, I don't know if it's compression clothing, but it feels really, really tight. Now I don't obviously have a Fivics hat on. I didn't like the look of the Fivics hats in the catalogue, but let's just continue this review. So this is the Samick limb. We're going to see which limbs fit the Fivics riser. Samick limb fits easy. You can see how easy it clips in. So the Samick, this is a Samick Ideal limb, fits in no problem at all. So let's check the rest of the Samick limbs and see if they fit. This is a Samick Extreme limb, about a 2 carbon foam limb. The first one was a fiberglass foam limb, about $150. This is a straight carbon foam limb, about $230. Fits in easy. Actually, it's not a bad looking. Fivics would hate me for saying fit a Samick limbs to a Fivics riser, but they fit in fine. This is the top line Samick Extreme limb. It's got your 3K carbon, fits in fine. Why didn't that Win and Win fit? Like, it makes my review so much harder. So now let's check the Fivics limbs and make sure they fit. Now Fivics, I'm stocking 3 limbs from Fivics. I'm stocking the Xena. This is the Xena limb. It's a wood. I think it was advertised as a foam, but it's a wood fiberglass limb. I think it sells for about $140 odd. So there's the limb there. There's the graphics. Actually, it doesn't look bad with the green and green. Is that actually clipping? I feel like it's not clipping. I feel like the post is too tight, so the gap between there on Fivics' own limb is too tight for the riser. How weird is that? That's just blows my brain, but anyway. Now the next limb this is why it's hard for shops and really hard for customers when they go, I want to buy an international fitting limb, I want to grab this riser and any limb should fit, but it doesn't. Now you can file out these little gaps here with a file, but now these are the Fivics, God, I hope this fits. These are the Fivics ventilator carbon limbs. So this is a mid-price limb from Fivics. It looks nice in the blue writing. It's a foam on the outside, carbon on the outside. I don't know the price because I don't have a computer turned on. I'm just trying to see if the limbs fit. Now that fits perfect. Like that is a fantastic fit. You can just see how easy it clips in. How easy it clips in. It's like a nice crisp fit. Now the tolerances on these limbs is really tight. You can just see how well that fits. Now if I was, it'd clearly look better with the blue riser with the blue limbs. Now the top of the line Fivics limbs is the Titan EX. So this is a Titan EX. Now it's got green writing. This has got the top of the line carbon material. I'm going to guess this is your $1,000 limb. Let's see if this fits. It doesn't fit. Oh Jesus. Oh, it fits, but it's tight. You can feel how much tighter that is. Maybe the tolerances are actually tighter. Now the Titan EX riser, which I had ordered, didn't actually come. I got charged for it, but it didn't arrive. So Fivics say that the boxes are missing. I don't know. I just know the riser I paid for it didn't come. So I can't actually try these limbs with that riser to see how it fits. But that's actually, like, it clips out, but it's very tight tolerances inside here. Like, it's going easier now. But you can see the Vellator limbs, that just, yeah, like, it goes in now okay, but it was quite tight to start with. Now these limbs, these are the Big Rock, these are brand new, these are carbon limbs, I don't even have a price on them yet. They look really nice to me. They're a carbon foam limb. Now they also do a fiberglass foam limb, which is what I've been stocking before, but I think the price point on these is pretty good. I'm gonna guess it's under $200, so. Now see, that clips in easy. Does it do your head in? Does my head in. International fitting limbs you'd think would just fit. It's like, it does fit. I'm just going to try the fiberglass foam limbs with Big Rock. So these are the fiberglass foam limbs. They retail for about $150. And that fits. So some limbs fit and some limbs don't. I find that very confusing. They're essentially a tighter fit. This is much tighter, the fiberglass one, than the carbon limb, which is interesting. Okay, so that's where we're up to with limbs. What am I going to shoot in the test with this? Maybe I'll try I'll see what panels I've got, and I'll put together a string set, and let's build this bow and let's go shoot it. I'm going to take these arms off because these arms are just, it's not even that hot, like it's hot, but man, these are tight as. You wouldn't want to be huge. Anyway, let's go, let's build this bow, grab some limbs, let's get home, shoot this, and that way I can get back to painting my house. Okay, so I've built the Fivics riser, the Vellator. Now I've fitted all the stuff to it, so I've just fitted my win sight, plunger button, stabilizers, fitted the clicker plate. Now the Fivics comes with an Allen key to fit this. I fitted just a toe point rest and the clicker. Now I haven't set the clicker, I haven't shot this bow. Now the first thing I'm going to point out is with the TFT carbon riser from Win, it's a much thicker riser here, so you can see my sight pin is maxed out to this side. With this bow, this riser is skinny, so this sight pin will have to move in heaps. I haven't adjusted it because I'm interested to see how much it moves. So at the moment with my sight, you can see I've got no thread to that side, so we're going to see how this bow feels. Now the limbs I chose to fit, I was all down to see what it is. These are the Fivics Titan X. These are the expensive Fivics limbs. Now they're a 60-40 pound. I did order 42. I didn't get them. So whether they didn't make them, I know the 44s are missing. One of my missing products again. These limbs sell for $900, $890. The riser sells for $520. So why did I choose those? Because it's very, very technical, because it's green and it matches the green riser, but also because I thought, well, eventually what I want to do is I want to compare these limbs to the Fivis limbs on speed. Now it would have been nice to have 42 pounds versus 42 pounds, but I don't have that. I definitely ordered 42 pounds because that's what I shot, that's what I shoot, and that's what I would have ordered for myself to try out. So now, with doing this review, I grabbed a new string from the shop. So I grabbed an 18 strand string from Win, which is normally large groove knocks. 16 is normally small groove. I grabbed it, put it on the bow, and the large groove knocks didn't even clip in. That's the way this review is going. So now sometimes with strings, when you get them, it's because they put it says it's 18 strand, I believe it's 18 strand. They might have put thinner serving in the middle instead of the normal serving they fitted. It's just, I'm going to use the word unfortunate. Anyway, so I fitted my normal string to it. The knocking point is slightly higher on the Fivis than the Fivics, which is interesting. But let's have a go. Let's see what this thing feels like. Let's feel the shock and vibration and the draw cycle. So the grip is definitely higher. That's the first thing you notice when you grab this bow. The draw cycle is very smooth. Now it feels lighter than the Fivis NS limbs. It is lighter, it's 2 pounds lighter, but it does feel lighter. So let's just see where this bow stacks. I'm not feeling any stacking with these limbs at all. They feel like a good limb. Now with the plunger button, I haven't set it, so I'm just going to draw this back and see when it goes click. I might have to move this plunger, the clicker forward a little bit. Now when you're testing out new bows, always stand close to the target. I'm about 10 meters away. I'm going to actually aim in the middle of the target. So. Just going to move that forward. Now if you noticed, I haven't got an arm guard on. That's because I want to see if this bow hits my arm. Some recurves hit and some recurves don't. Now it could be Win say it's the design of the limbs, that their more expensive limbs don't hit because it reduces the left and right movement. I think it's actually riser design. So I'm going to be interested if this hurts. Let's hope it doesn't. Let's hope it doesn't. it brushed my arm. I didn't feel a hit. I felt it brush. Now I'm going to say that felt extremely easy. It felt extremely easy to pull through the clicker. Feels nice. Now the arrow is way to the left. What? Why is it way to the left? Maybe it's way to the right. I've actually got 3 arrows on the target. Now with the toe point arrow rest, this little thing here is moving. I'm not sure why that's the case, but it is. The bow feels nice. I feel no vibration with it at all. Oh yeah, they're way to the right. So it means I'm going to move my sight in. So I'm going to do that now because I'm interested to see how far my sight moves in. Now when it came to picking a sight for my recurve, like the aperture, I actually couldn't use the Titan recurve aperture because the thread wasn't long enough. So I had to use the decut aperture because I couldn't actually get it to fit. Because with the carbon riser, the riser is so thick, I couldn't get it to work. So you'll see what's happening with my toe point rest here. Those arrows are smacking up against one another, which is great. But this feels nice. Like it feels really, really nice. Limbs feel nice. It doesn't feel as quick as the wireless limbs. So I'm really going to like to put this through a chronograph. The bow feels lighter. That was almost in line, so I want to show you how far the sight has actually moved. So it's moved that far. That's basically the thickness of the wireless riser, carbon versus the aluminium riser. I find this bow very, very quiet to shoot. We're just going to shoot a few more shots because what I'm interested in testing is with my wireless riser, my stabilizers come loose, and I'm going to say regularly, like every couple of shots they come loose. And I was thinking about putting limb savers on the limbs to stop them coming loose. With this, I'm just not feeling any vibration at all in the bow. Look, I'm really liking this bow. Now I'm going to go back to choosing a recurve. Now if you go back to one of my old videos when I shot the SF forged riser with basic foam limbs, my indoor score with that was 280 out of 300. Now I went to the $1,000 riser, the $1,000 limbs. Now my scores did not increase. They did not go up. I'm going to say the bow is better. It's faster. But I also went up in poundage, and basically I would shake more and my actual scores dropped. I did eventually beat that score that I shot with the forge, but not by much, 1 or 2 points, and that was continuous shooting. So the difference in bows, a $2,000 bow to a $500 bow, is not a great difference. So just bear that in mind. But if you are shooting all the time, then you can justify the $2,000 bow. But for me, this bow feels absolutely fantastic. And I really wish that Fivics had their Titan EX riser here so I could test it, because I'm just really loving this bow. Really, really loving it. Now, how do I find the high grip versus the win grip? I'm liking the high grip. It's definitely putting my hand in a different position. It's definitely putting my hand in a different position. It's more pressure right there versus down here with the win. And I like it. Like when I grew up, still growing, when I was young and I shot a Hoyt. You're going to say, you shot a Hoyt, Stephen? Yeah, I've shot every bow. I shot a really high grip, because back in the old days, Hoyt used to make all these different grips which he used to slot onto the riser. He used to have low grips, medium grips, and high grips. I shot this huge high grip. And I can't even remember what the bow was, but I shot this huge high grip. It was the highest grip you've ever seen in my hand, was just sitting like that. And I really liked it. I really liked it. Then the phase came in where you took your grips off your bows and to reduce torque. So, but I'm really liking this. And those arrows are just whacking each other. I mean, I wish I put a camera down there. And I'm liking this bow so much, I'm going to do a shooting review on this. So I'm going to set it up properly. I'm going to make a string for it. I'm going to make a string for it, set the knocking point on correctly. It's interesting now that the RS is not moving. The first few shots the RS was moving. It's holding in place now. Now the other thing I'm going to mention, and I've already mentioned it, is about things coming loose on your bow when you shoot through the vibration. Nothing is coming loose. It's an absolute pain in the butt when stuff comes loose when you're shooting. If you're shooting in competition, let's say you're shooting 6 arrows or 3 arrows for indoor, and you've got the timer clicking and your stabilizers come loose and you're there, oh Jesus, which one is it? It's distracting you from thinking about shooting, from focusing on aiming at the target. And that's what you need to be focusing on, aiming. Aiming is everything, focus is everything. You don't want to be thinking about your gear. And this is, so far I've shot, I don't know how many arrows, but nothing's come loose. I'm not feeling any vibration through the bow. I'm going to leave the review there. I'm going to say this is the best recurve I've shot to date. The best. I don't know if it's the limbs or the riser, because I obviously want to fit the win limbs to this riser to compare the riser itself. I like the grip. I like how thin the grip is here. Now the other point I'm going to make, let's just check that before I make this point. Now, like I said, I'm going to do a more advanced review on this because I'm really liking this bow. Okay, now with my TFT, with the win TFT, what I find is my sight is out to the left of the arrow. With this bow, it's straight down the line, and like it's just, I'm sitting here practicing right now. So you may find the sight will move out a little bit to the left, but at the moment it's straight down the line, and I'm liking that. I'm liking the feel of this bow. I'm liking the limbs. I'm glad I fitted the expensive $900 limbs to it. I'm going to say there's nothing wrong. There's going to be probably nothing wrong with the cheaper Vellator limbs, but I'm like, if I shoot a lot, And it might be just I've gone from 42 down to 40 pounds, but this feels really good. That was the arrows hitting the arrows. Feels really, really good. I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Now I'm going to say I'd change out of the Fivics shirt. I did not like the Fivics shirt. I didn't like the material of the Fivics shirt. I didn't particularly like the way the shirt looked. And you're going to say, well, this probably doesn't look that good. Yeah, this is just my old workout gym shirt. And it's fairly hot and this absorbs moisture and stuff. But I didn't really like the feel of the material. The arms were too tight. They were like pulling on my biceps. The size wasn't actually too bad across the chest. It's just the arms were too small. And I'm like, Fivics hats, not in love with the Fivics hats. The Fivics arm things, I can see there's a point for them, especially in cold weather. I would like them in different sizes. Maybe they have them in different sizes. I haven't checked that yet. So I'll definitely check the arm things because I think there's a place there for the arm things. I've seen people use the arm things, especially in wet weather where they've got a raincoat on. You put those arm things on, it sucks in the coat. But Fivics, Vellator, really, really like the bow. Titan EX limbs I'm liking, and we've got to do a speed test on them because that is absolutely awesome. And I'm going to this week we're going to do a shooting test of shooting this thing at 18 meters and see how I shoot with it, because I'm absolutely over the moon with this right now. And yeah, like I've got to test the Samics and all that, but at this stage I'm going to be shooting this bow, a green one. And green and red looks alright, right? Green and red, we're going to go green and red strings, I think, is what we'll make up. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Enjoy your shooting. Which is kind of funny, I just grabbed this to think how would I shoot with a aluminium riser and what it feels like compared to the carbon riser, what a $500 riser feels like compared to an $1,100 riser, what the high grip feels like compared to the low grip. I grab this thing, I shoot it, and I'm like, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, it may not be for you, which is why it's really good if you can get to shoot someone's and have a feel of it in your hand. But the thickness is perfect for my hand. It feels great. It feels comfortable. My hand position feels good to me when I'm shooting. I like the thinness of the riser. Now on this, Win and Win do make aluminium risers. They absolutely do, and a lot of the top Win and Win shooters do shoot aluminium risers. It's split almost 50-50 between carbon and aluminium, but a whole bunch of them shoot the aluminium, and I have not shot the aluminium ATF riser yet, and maybe I should. I have shot the SF Forged, and this riser is far better in my opinion to the SF Forged riser. I like the way it looks, I like the way it feels, I like the grip, I like the little settings. I just think for, is it $200 more, $170 more, I would go to this one, but I shoot a lot, so I'm very happy with that. Now with the SF Forged riser, you can get different grips for it to change the position. You can get custom made grips and all that sort of stuff, but I just like the way this looks, I like the way it feels, and right now I'm just happy to start shooting this for a week, and then we're going to do a video and see what I think of it in a week's time, because I like it. And this is the first time I've really grabbed a recurve and gone, yeah, this really just feels fantastic. The X Appeal, which I did switch to, if you see my video on that, I didn't like it to start with, but there was things about that I liked. It didn't hit my arm, and I went back to it, and then I went back to it, I went back to it, I went back to it, and it didn't hit my arm, and I was like, I didn't mind the way the grip felt, but the grip was a bit wide, and I didn't know. Anyway, after I started shooting it for so long, I really got used to it, but this just fitted me like a glove. Straight away, it just felt fantastic, and I was like, this is just feels fantastic straight off, and I'm like really happy. Now I wish I had the Titan EX riser, so maybe now I'll contact Fivics and say, what Titan EX risers have you got? The Titan EX riser has a wood grip which looks nice. It's the same sort of shape as this. I have felt it when I've been at shows. It is more expensive, it's about an extra $400, but I'm pretty happy with this riser. I think it looks good and it feels great, and I'm just happy to shoot this one. So, but I will try and get the Titan EX riser in. I'll try and get a few different colors of it in, have a shot with it and see what this feels like, but this feels just great. I'm Stephen Hand. I've probably said this before. I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. The more you shoot, the better you'll shoot. You'll become steadier, your muscles will build, you'll become more focused, less distracted, more confident, and you'll shoot better, and you'll be happier with your results. So enjoy. Thanks for watching. Bye.